Are we home yet?
No.
Are we home yet?
No.
Home now?
Please stop.
I miss Planet X.
You're not going back to Planet X. Not until we find the Elixir of Health. That's the mission the Chief gave us.
But we've been looking for eons. Where will we find the Elixir of Health?
I'm glad you asked. As reported in this medical journal, people who take Vitamix are stronger, happier, and they live longer.
That's it. That's what we need.
Is that smooth-talking alien credible?
He's a professional. It says so on the screen. It says his signal's coming from Earth?
What the Spock is Earth?
No idea. Get us there. Quick.
Look! There's Earth! Where do you want me to land?
Somewhere where we're not double parked.
Look! There's the Vitamix creature. He must be the supreme leader. See how his subjects carry him about.
Worship him later. Disguises now.
Well, doctors, any suggestions for what we might prescribe for our patient to help him live a long and healthy life?
How about Vitamix? The paper shows it causes people to live longer.
No. This study can't possibly prove that Vitamix causes people to live longer and be healthier. It is an observational study. It can only assess whether taking Vitamix is associated with living longer.
What's the difference between causation and association?
Observational studies, such as this one of Vitamix, compare groups of people who, for whatever reason, are exposed to different things. In this study, the researchers compared people who happened to use Vitamix to another group of people who did not. As you can see, these two groups are quite different in lots of ways, not just whether they take Vitamix. Look at Table 1 from this observational study. One group exercises and eats vegetables. The other group smokes and eats junk food. One group takes Vitamix. The researchers had no control over who took Vitamix and who didn't, or any of the other factors. And it isn't surprising that there are other big differences between the groups. Overall, it looks like the people who chose on their own to take Vitamix had much healthier habits than those who didn't. As time passed, this study observed what happened to these people. Did any get sick? Did any die? It found that one group remained healthier overall, while the other did not do as well. The group that took Vitamix did do better, but we really don't know which, if any, of the factors we discussed was helping them. We don't know if the Vitamix was helping them at all, or if they did better because of all the other healthy things they were doing.
Yeah, but the researchers used fancy statistical tests that controlled for those differences.
That's true, but even fancy statistics can't make an observational study prove causation. An observational study such as this one might only show that something, like eating Vitamix, is associated with a good or bad outcome. The only way to test if Vitamix causes people to live longer is with a randomized controlled trial.
Excuse me? A randomized what?
A randomized controlled trial. Come, let's do one to test if Vitamix can help these people. In a randomized controlled trial, researchers assigned participants at random to receive either the treatment being studied or a placebo. Ideally, no one knows which is being taken until the end. This randomization aims to ensure that the two groups are similar in every way except for the treatment being tested. During the trial, the participants take their Vitamix or placebo pills, and the researchers watch to see what happens. If at the end of the study, the Vitamix people are healthier, then we would conclude that Vitamix caused them to do better. But if the groups do about the same, we know that Vitamix doesn't help. We might even find that taking Vitamix is harmful if that group does worse.
Oh, now I get it. Since neither group did better than the other in our randomized controlled trial, we conclude that Vitamix really isn't helpful after all. Taking Vitamix was associated with the healthier lifestyle of those joggers, but it was not causing them to do better.
That's right! The observational study you showed me showed that Vitamix is associated with good things, like living longer, but the randomized trial showed that Vitamix did not cause those good things.
Boy, well that was disappointing. I thought we found it. But I'm glad we learned the difference between association and causation before we brought back that Vitamix stuff to Planet X. The Chief would have been furious with us. Let's go home.
You heard the Chief. No Elixir of Health, no going home.
No!
Come on, stop moping and help me find something that has been proven to work in a randomized controlled trial.
Yeah, good idea. Let's find a randomized controlled study.
It could have been a confounder.